Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions / review on the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish. This is a new stick foundation from Huda Beauty. She just launched this, and this is actually I think supposed to be like the sister to her whole liquid foundation. I was really excited to try it. It's supposed to be a little less full coverage but really buildable, and I really wanted to see if it would help cover my acne and acne prone skin. Also how full coverage it is it more of a natural finish, what's it good for, what's the deal. So if you guys are interested in seeing my review on the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation, and if it can cover up my acne and acne scarring, then just keep on watching. Alright, so first off, let's start off with a little bit of a skin update. Pretty red. We had some active peeps right here. Looking really red. So we got a lot to cover up, a lot to do, so this is gonna be a really good test. Also, I have a new lighting situation kind of going on. In fact, I think I'm gonna move it. So we are working on the lighting, as you can see, so let me know what you guys think of this so far. So for this foundation, I went ahead and got the shade in Toasted Coconut. So that is the shade we have here. So this foundation retails for $39, and it is a lightweight foundation that glides on easily, providing customizable coverage with a natural looking skin-like finish. It says the coverage is full to light, so it's pretty broad. So this is what the package looks like right here. I like how you can see the product, and then let's see how much product is actually in here, because with stick foundations you tend to get a little bit less product than you would with a liquid. Watch it not be able to go back in, I'll die. Oh, I do like that you can see it the whole way through, so that's about how much product you get, so looks pretty good. Looking at the color now, I think it's gonna work for me, which is good. It's like a pretty good shade, and this is like a light to medium or medium with warm undertones. So I'm gonna start by prepping my face. She did release the primer. It's like the hydrating kind of gel primer, but I kind of just wasn't into it. I didn't really want to test it, because also I know when I tried her last foundation, the liquid one, I was not a big fan. It also broke me out, so I was like, we're gonna test this and see how foundations break me out, because that is always part of my wear test if you are new here. I just wanted to make sure if it was due to the foundation and not the primer. So I'm just gonna use my tried and trues. And if you're new here, what's up? My name is Bree. I do weekly videos on beauty and skincare, specifically for people with acne and acne prone skin. So if that is something that interests you, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button and be a part of the fam. So I'm gonna use my tried and true primer. So I'm gonna use my Farsali Skin Tone Blur in the middle of my face, and then for the rest I'm gonna use the Farsali Liquid Glass. It's so dark outside, and it has just hit daylight savings, so I thought it was like 8 p.m. but it's 6. It is really kind of throwing me off, so I know tomorrow when I wake up, that means the sun's out earlier, no? I don't know, but I think I'm gonna be really thrown off and feel like I'm like late to work. And since this is a new foundation, I figured let's test it with the tried and true primers. And I'm gonna take the liquid glass. I'm almost done with this. I should have picked it up. I put some of my skincare pics from the Sephora sale on my Instagram. So if you wanna follow me there for some of those and like shoppable links, I will put it right here. And also you can just go straight to my blog, which is in the description below, and you'll find it there as well. Let's go on into the foundation. So I'm gonna do one side with the brush, one side with the sponge. The one thing I don't like, because it's a stick foundation, is I have to put it directly on my skin, which isn't the most sanitary thing in the world, but I also don't know how else to kind of do it besides like scraping it off, and I'm not gonna do that right now, so stay tuned until I kind of find a better way. So let's kind of see what happens. I have my mirror right here. I haven't tried like a stick foundation, like that Makeup Forever stick foundation, which I loved. So I'm gonna start off with the sponge, just because that's usually how I prefer stick foundations. The last one I really liked was the Makeup Forever stick foundation, so we'll kind of see how this goes here. It is, for now, could be because we're using a sponge, but it is pretty light coverage so far. I wouldn't even say medium. For now, I think pretty light coverage. As you can see, it did even out my skin tone, but you can still definitely see my skin and my acne marks and stuff. So I'm gonna try the other side with a brush and see what we can kind of get going there. Really got that in my eyebrow, I feel like. I do like how easily it rolled up. My Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush. Okay, let's see if that light, oh, this lighting is so much better. Sorry, I had my lights again. We were figuring out the lighting situation, but now that it's not as warm, You can kind of see the color and coverage a little bit better. Okay, so as you can see, it covered up my little friends here pretty nicely. But again, it is still kind of light to medium coverage, I would say. Definitely not full just yet. I think I am going to go ahead and build it up. As far as the brush side and the sponge side, I feel like they look pretty much the same. If anything, I think it's kind of starting to get caught in my pores a little bit here on the sponge side, which is weird. Yeah, it's still doing it because you would think it would like kind of help take it away. So you can zoom in. Sinking a little bit into my pores and in this nose area. Really here too, it's really clumping. So she is starting to clump a little bit, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more, see if we can build the coverage. I'm not seeing a huge difference of what I like better with a brush and a sponge, but I'm still gonna like apply either way. So I'm just gonna do like dotting motions. This is wild. So I'm trying to do these like dot motions, and I think this is for sure a foundation stick better swiped just because of kind of the shape of it. Good thing about stick foundations, since they are creams though, is it for sure doesn't like dry fast like you have to worry about with liquid foundation, so it stays really movable. Okay, now for the sponge side. And I'm taking this just on the other sides of my face just to kind of clean it up a little bit and soak up any excess product. All right, so as you can see, my skin is pretty much evened out. I don't think too much coverage. You can still really see my acne and acne marks, especially more on this side where they're a little bit more prominent and red. It's doing it again, kind of like how with the liquid, I kind of had like a sinking into my texture issue. I feel like this is kind of giving me a similar result. So that's how my face is looking like so far. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I still am seeing some of that kind of texture going on, and it doesn't have as much coverage, but I do like kind of how natural it looks, and this might be really good on one of my lighter coverage foundation days, but I'm not blown away by it. I don't really feel super smooth or that I look really blurred. If anything, I feel like it's kind of sinking into my texture, and I feel like I look old looking a little bit. I don't know if it's just because you can see all my marks and stuff still, but I also don't want to build it up even more because it's kind of having this sinking into my pores issue. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. I'm not completely sold on it. For $39, yeah. Maybe I'll feel different once my whole face is on, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I will check back with you guys after. All right guys, I am back and I just finished the rest of my makeup, threw on some gloss, and I will say I am liking it a lot better than I was, but I think it looks pretty good so far. Still have a couple of things. I still feel like it is sinking into my texture just a little bit right here and right here on my cheeks, which I have not seen in a while from the other foundations. Like the NARS one doesn't really do that to me, but this is kind of reminding me so far. It's reminiscent of the liquid version of this. So it looks really good. This is another one so far of these foundations that looks really good far away, but when you kind of get up close, you can kind of see where it is falling into the texture. It's not as bad as the liquid foundation, but it is still notable and just something to know and keep in mind. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but I'm not sure if I so far like this enough to keep it. Might return it at this point, unclear. So I did not see this texture yesterday. I had just like the regular NARS foundation on, and I did not see this going on. So let's just kind of give you a zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about right here. Excuse my nails. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. It literally looks like it's 11 p.m. outside, 6:22. So I'm gonna go ahead with the rest of my night and wear it as long as possible, and I will check back in a few hours. Alright guys, it is time to wrap up my review on the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Foundation Stick. Overall, I've been trying this foundation now for a couple of weeks. I was gonna do a week review, but then I kind of got lost in the holidays and also just a couple of other videos that I was filming. And I'm actually wearing it today. I like this foundation. I think it is a pretty decent coverage. It's medium coverage, nothing super full. I think it is buildable like it says, and I kind of like how you can get a lighter finish for a more natural look or really build it to that medium finish or that medium coverage foundation. I do like it best paired, like I do with most medium coverage foundations, with a very high coverage concealer. So like the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, love that paired with this. I think it just goes really well together and it doesn't feel super heavy on the skin. Like most stick foundations, I also really do prefer blending this out with a beauty blender rather than a brush. That's just my personal preference. I just feel like even though it does take away some of the coverage, I do just feel like it sits better on my skin, especially like on texture, and I just feel like it really just melts in better instead of if I kind of use a brush with more of like cream formulas. I feel like it's sitting on my face and a little masky. So I really do prefer this with a beauty blender, and I think it looks really good. And the coverage again isn't bad. I am wearing full coverage concealer, but just so we can take a closer look. So as you can see, very medium coverage. It like very dry skin, so whatever. So you can still see it peeking through. It's still not terrible coverage. So if you like more of like a natural and medium coverage foundation, I think this is totally the one for you. It's not the fullest foundation coverage in the world, but I also don't think it claims to be. It does claim to be buildable, but I just haven't been able to build it to like full coverage that I like, but also I just prefer a concealer personally. But I still think it's a decent foundation if you do have more severe acne and dark spots than I do. Not sure if you will like this, that you would probably definitely like it better paired with a concealer. If you are more of a full coverage type of person, then you may not like this. Do I think it is worth the $39? Unclear. I really do like it. I do enjoy it. I think I'm going to keep using it, but I just don't think it is a holy grail type of foundation for me, in my opinion. I have other more lightweight slash medium coverage foundations that I prefer, such as like the It Cosmetics CC creams. I really like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. I think that's really nice and pairs just as well, and it's not that as expensive as this. So while I do like this foundation, I think it's a good foundation, pretty much just all the claims, and it didn't break me out. That's very important. Very excited about that. I just don't think I would personally repurchase it. If you are down to try it, then I think you won't be disappointed, but I don't think this is something that you necessarily need in your life. And it just really didn't blow me away. It's not a can't live without product or like life-changing product. Not that any foundation is like life-changing, we kind of know what it does, but you know, it's not a holy grail for sure. So while I like it, I don't think it is a need. I think you'll like a lot better. Oh my. Okay, we're starting a poll. Literally every one of my videos that you watch and I drop something, take a shot, and we're just gonna do a poll and see how many. So this is what, number 50? I don't even know. You can get a similar look with other foundations from the drugstore and get, again, a similar look, similar finish. And there's just other foundations that I feel like I would put above this, and I wouldn't necessarily, this isn't a need for me. It's nice, I like it, but again, not a total must. But that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this foundation. Have you tried it yet? I know it's been out for like a couple of months now, so would love to know your thoughts on it. Let me know any other cream or stick foundations, either from the drugstore or high-end, that you really think are worth it. I have not tried the Hourglass one. I've heard amazing things about that, but I also just don't know if stick foundations are necessarily my jam, so we'll see. And if you want to go ahead and click on the next video, so we got makeup, we got skincare, and if you are also interested, you can see right here, you can go check out my other Huda foundation review where I reviewed the liquid foundation, and that one was a time. It was a time. So I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye guys.